For instance, there's another gremlin attack in a way. That's how they work sometimes. It's just not having enough memory to complete a video, which happens to me quite often. I don't have my ducks in a row very often, to be honest. It's quite scattery. Ray, what is his name? Ray Bradbury was at that show where he had his room with all these little things around. It was kind of like he's like, this is where I go to think and write my books. Basically, it's kind of like that. You get your you get visual aids, I guess you could call it, and reminders of things. Basically, that's what they are too. So this is one of my purposes and intentions with the videos in the freaking first place. Exploration of the topics and then documentation. Look, it's like simple scientific theory and process, man. Basically, but it's ghetto. It's just ghetto-fied, man. Ghetto physics, ghetto science, man. It really is. Like I even realized the kung fu is ghetto. It's a ghetto. Well, not ghetto. It's just like it's a form of teaching you physics, man. Now, I mean, in a way, once you really understand what it is, and you'll see it everywhere. You'll see these simple machines and mechanisms are everywhere, and you'll know without knowing them. And same thing here, knowing what's up with these damn gremlins. It's like I must have said something that really struck a nerve, man. Because I've been hammered, and I was just talking about how, man, if they ain't hating, you ain't doing something right. And there they are. You call out these frickers were answer pantser. But yeah, gremlins are like lagging text messages. Like, look, you'll send a text, and then for some reason it doesn't show up till later, and then the person's all freaking freaked out now, like you're avoiding them, and so you didn't intentionally do it. It just bogged the system down just enough, and then it gives the demons an entry in through that person, through feeling offended, because it looks like you were being offensive, man, but it was just a trick. You know what I'm saying? To divert your attention, and then that's how they get their weasel their way back in through your anger now, because you feel attacked, and it opens the door for more demonology, demonic energy harvesting rituals. And it's literally they sick gremlins out on people. I think that's real shit. You can get computer virus, gremlins, those cards, and hackers. Put them all up next to each other, and there's your internet schematic of the Illuminati cards. And look, it's real. It's like I said, it's almost like a talisman, and it's hidden in plain sight, because what it is, it seems so freaking outlandish that there's no way that could be true, right? That's the very freaking way they hide it, is because it sounds so freaking convoluted and crazy that there's no way that can be true. But it really is. In a lot of cases, it's a lot more true than you would believe, man. Like, I don't know, I guess I do need to do some more history search into the gremlins, where it came from. Because it also was a military kind of propaganda technique to get people, to keep them on their toes. It's kind of like the boogeyman. If you go out too far from your family at night, the boogeyman will get you. It's one of those things. But then again, the boogeyman is probably based on something real. You know what I'm saying? Which are the devils, man, the demons and the gremlins and the imps and maybe the greys are imps. Maybe they're all, or the jinn. Like, maybe they're all these things, and they just shapeshift, or they use psychic projections that are ethereal, I guess you could say, or hard to explain, man. But I've well, I'll tell you this: it has freaked me out. It's like I'm wondering now: is it just the algorithm? Is it bots? Is it web bots? Because dude, there's, if you really look into the machines, literally, they can sick machines on you. These machines kind of think for themselves. They're just like a kind of like, you could say, almost like a virus in a way. that just is around free. Like, dude, people can create these things on the internet and unleash them, and they can go rogue on them. I mean, they've already proved this can be done, and then look, everything they tell us is like 100 years, 200 years behind what they're really doing. So come on, dude. And I'm wondering how can they do this manipulation, and they have all the goods to get it done. You know what I'm saying? The data's there, the proof is there. It's like you got to just go seek it out yourself. Just you could start at DARPA. Uh, but it's like I've been keep getting Google jacked, where my Google turn on by itself, and then it even goes off and says something totally different than what I'm saying. Like, and it's implanting shit in there, and I'm wondering, like, what's up with China in this their public shaming, where whenever you get on the internet, if you have any political dissonant content, it the algorithm attacks you. And I've had that happen to me before, and they were experimenting on people through the internet to see if they could sway their mood and change their behavior, and they proved it can be done. And this happened to me. Like, trolls would all come up on me and just start, "You're an idiot, you're stupid, you're crazy." And look, it was like meat puppets, sock puppets, and it was probably just scientists in some freaking university fucking playing dirty tricks on people and setting it up in such a way. I don't know how, I don't know the whole way it works. But they also got the Edward Snowden love line. You can look into Fusion Center. You can look into the dump boxes, dirt boxes, all the persistent surveillance that just runs around with the, I forgot what these machines are called, man, but they just snatch everyone's phone signal out of the air. I think it's the dust boxes. And basically, dust box could be that they're spraying nanoparticuli in the freaking chemtrails, and then basically they can read a grid of these particles that can send out a little frequency, and they can basically beam it with a satellite, and it will give them a imaging sequence somewhere on a computer screen. And then that's one theory out here as well that seems very probable. This is real smart dust. And if that's that would cover all the bases. That's how they can watch you constantly and know everything you're doing, because everything's coated with an invisible layer of maybe, of these substances that only maybe the quantum computer even is aware of that's there. Like, we don't have access to their grid system that actually has this information on it, man. This is all dark technology. You're on a need to know basis when it comes to this stuff. But that's another way they can implant gremlins in your life as well. And in a way, see, gremlins are a lot of things, man. They're real, they're not. Kind of like Bigfoot. It's like it seems like there's a Bigfoot, but still no one can prove it yet. You know what I'm saying? Same thing with ghosts. I mean, there's a lot of great, compelling footage, scary stuff. There's some spooky stuff. How much of it is it real? Because there is government operations just to make hoaxes, because it draws a lot of people in and diverts them into the wrong direction. That's also called the gatekeeper strategy, where there's intentional experts on the field that will divert you. In a way, they get paid to be against the system. It's called controlled opposition. They can put gremlins in your life. Like I was saying, the evil eye, just casting bad energy, bad will someone's way. I believe through chaos theory, the butterfly effect, it does have an effect on them. It definitely has an effect on you. Having anger and shit in your heart and bad emotions is like holding poison, and you're unwilling to let the poison go. And it's like drinking the poison and expecting the person you're at problems with to die, and it's really killing you. You know what I mean? And those are gremlins. Those are psychological gremlins. You know what I'm saying? In people, and you can see it's like when you recognize things for what they are. It's not people sometimes. They literally are hijacked, or they were hijacked and brainwashed a little bit, and they're heavily indoctrinated into some kind of cognitive dissonance. And you kind of feel sorry for them, and it's easier to let it go. And the gremlins can have less effect on you. And also, the gremlins are a great partner for learning patience in a real jacked up way. And computer viruses just suck. But it's getting more crazy.